channel. My name is Julie. So the purpose of this channel, or me starting it, I wanted to talk about my Air Force BMT experience. I want to make these videos because before I joined, there was a video on YouTube. I watched it. It helped me a lot. Kind of gave me an idea of what to expect, so I wasn't blindsided by a lot of things, and they helped me a lot. So I just want to give back and help those that are about to join, thinking about joining. Hopefully I can give you guys some insight and give you some peace of mind, or just help you know what to expect. So my AFSC, first of all, I went in, I have notes, I'm following along, so just bear with me. I went in April 26, 2022. I graduated June 16th, and I'm currently in my first week of tech school. So I'm going to do these videos week by week of BMT, because if I was to do like an entire video, it would be like 3 hours long, because there's just so much to cover. And as I was in BMT, I wrote down so many details about every single day for this reason. So let's see what I got. Oh, just to start off, everything I have to say is just my personal experience, my personal opinions, and none of this is the opinions of the Air Force or anything like that. So if you guys know, you should know by now, Air Force basic training takes place at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas. So me going in April, May, June, it's hot, it's real hot. So that's that. My AFSC, by the way, I'm 4-0. I'm currently 4-0. I have not started classes here at tech school, but after I'm done with this BMT series, I think I'm gonna start a tech school series, and I have some ideas of some videos that I'm excited to share with y'all. Oh, also, I think for those future videos, I might have some of my wingmen come and help me do those, so you can get like multiple insights and perspectives. Because I did come here with a lot of people that I was with in basic. Actually, my current roommate, she was actually in my dorm at basic, so that worked out. I didn't have to meet anybody new. First things first, I want to kind of explain, because you're gonna hear me say things like flights, squadrons, and I know when I was watching these videos, I had no idea what any of that means. So basically, you get there and there's a squadron. A squadron is like your whole dorm. So there's gonna be a big building. I had Disneyland, by the way. There's Disneyland, those are the new dorms, and then there's Alcatraz, which are like the really old rundown dorms. So pray and hope you get Disneyland. I set a lot of manifestations for myself for BMT, and one of them was to get Disneyland, and that's what I got. So grateful for that, because Alcatraz was looking a little crazy. So basically there's a dorm, or a big building, and there's 4 stairwells in that building, and each stairwell is Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, so ABCD stairwells. And in those stairwells is the 2nd floor, 3rd floor, 4th floor, and those all have dorms in them, right? So actually our squadron, I'm gonna start off by saying our squadron was the first to do a lot of new things, or we were kind of like the guinea pigs of basic training. Like, we did a lot of things first. So if you're looking at other videos of people's like experiences in the past, they might just be a little different from mine, and I will be sure to tell you guys all the new things that are trying to be introduced, and you can see if they're still, if they fell through, because they were kind of using us as guinea pigs to see if they wanted to keep it or not. And one of those things was fully integrated flights and stuff. So a squadron, the whole building, 331st Training Squadron, go Wolfpack. I was in the 331st Training Squadron. And all the others, the building dorms, the squadron dorms, they have their own numbers, and they have their own mascots. So me being 331st, we were the Wolfpack. So yeah, within one stairwell, you had 4 flights. 4 integrated flights. Of course, throughout the dorms, there are male dorms and female dorms. So I'll give an example. My dorm was in the stairwell was the only female dorm. There was 1 female dorm, and within that dorm, we had 4 different flights. So 431, 432, 433, 434. So we would do things as dorms sometimes. Like say at dinner time, we would go as a dorm. And then sometimes we would go as a flight. So we'd integrate to our flights. And that would include the males also. And we would do things, like we would go to chow integrated. Most of the time, we would go to our classes integrated. Every time we went to like the read or whatever, to like the med stuff. We did so much stuff. I have it all written down. I promise I'll let y'all know. So yeah, flights, individual flights, and the 4 flights make up a stairwell, and then all 4 stairwells make up a squadron. Hope that's making sense. Oh, another thing. So one of the things they introduced to us was we got iPads. We were the first ones to get iPads, and on those iPads, those were our study materials. So like all in the past before us, everybody got books. And actually other squadrons while we were there were using books. Even some new trainees that came after us were using books. So they were only doing iPads with I think 2 squadrons, and we were the very first ones. Those iPads, real iPads, you get a login. That number is your iPad, and they only have the settings app and the Cerigo app. And the Cerigo app was our study material. Had all of our study material on there. No calendar app, no camera app, no clock app. Like they wiped that junk clean. Okay, so only that. Basically it would track our progress. Like you could go in there and review the lesson, and they'd have questions at the end. And it would track your progress. It would let you know what you need to keep reviewing. It would let you know what you haven't looked at in a while, let you know what you haven't looked at all. We did have a lot of technical difficulties in the beginning with them, just because, being the first ones, a lot of things needed to get tweaked. So they did have like an offline study, so if we weren't connected to Wi-Fi, like we still could look at the stuff, but there was a lot they were trying to work on. So maybe in the future, I don't know if they're going to keep it or not. I know they were trying to compare the scores, like the EOC scores, to see if the iPads were making a positive or negative difference on like our scores. I'll say in our whole stairwell, we had 1 person fail, and then they retook it and they passed. And our MTIs were telling us that it's normal to average about 7 to 8 failures on the EOC. So I don't know if that had to do with the iPads or not. We'll see if they continue them. There was one other squadron currently using them. So I don't know, maybe you'll get an iPad, maybe you'll get the book. Depends on what they decided to keep doing. Oh, another thing they added. So when I get to the 7th week video, I'll go more into detail. But I know before COVID started, they would have a parade ceremony for graduation. So we were also the first squadron to bring that back since COVID. So all the other squadrons, they were having their graduations in one day. So it would be the Airman's Run and the coin ceremony at the PRC. That's what they were doing. But with us, we had a 2-day graduation. So 15th, we did the Airman's Run and the coin ceremony. And then the 16th, we did the parade ceremony. That's when we actually like swore in and did all this stuff. So when we get to 7th week, I'll fill y'all in more on that. So yeah, that's basically kind of all the disclaimers and all like the backstory that I kind of want to fill y'all in on. So, okay, now let's actually get to the start of it. Day 0 alone was long. So 7.5 weeks of training. They're going to count that first week that you get there. The very first week that you ship in, that's 0 week. And the next week is week 1, week 2, week 3, week 7, which week 7 includes the graduation. So that's kind of like your 7.5 weeks. So I'm going to say day 0. That is the day I went to MEPS in the morning. So if you've been to MEPS yet, it's going to be in your city. You always spend the night at the hotel the night before. And then you go to MEPS in that morning. So this was my like 3rd time going to MEPS, and I'm like, okay, this is my last time, and now I'm about to go. So spent the night at the hotel the night before. Let's see what I wrote down. So what's gonna happen the day you leave? Well, the night before. So you're gonna meet with your recruiter. He's gonna give you all your paperwork. He's gonna give you a folder. Don't lose that folder. Don't lose anything in it. It's got everything you're gonna need for your whole thing. Because when you get there, they're gonna be like, hey, we need these papers, we need this paper, we need that paper, we need this document, and they're all gonna be in your folder. Also, my recruiter, so cute. He had all of his like people that he would recruit, and they're about to ship off the day before. He would take a picture on the Polaroid, print it off, and we'd get to sign it. We signed it with our name, I think our leave date, I don't really know, and our AFSC. And he put it on the wall, and then he had us sign the flag in his office with our names on it and the same information. So that was cool. So yeah, that day I finished the last minute packing. Like, I'm always waiting last minute to pack. I went to the hotel, and then I checked out because I wanted to see some more family before I left. Got some Chick-fil-A. That was the last thing I ate besides the airport. Had our 8 p.m. briefing. Same briefing I've had to watch every single time I go there. So I was like just excited. It was my last time. And then the next morning, let me tell y'all. So we had to wake up at like 4 a.m. Yeah, we had to be downstairs by 4:30 for breakfast. It's 4:25, and I wake up, and my roommate, you're gonna get roomed with some random person. My roommate, she was not joining the Air Force, she was in another branch. She's all ready to go, zipping up her backpack, and I was like, what time do we have to be down there? 4:30. I was like, dang, she wasn't even finna, she was just gonna let me oversleep. My alarm didn't go off, or I don't know what happened, but I was just like, okay. So now I'm rushing. I wanted to take the paint off of my toes. So let me tell y'all, I know I personally like was like, dang, can I have like my toes painted before I go in? Like, we're gonna get in trouble for that. So I'm literally like trying to scrape all this paint off my toes. By the way, you can. They will never look at your feet unless you like get hurt. But like, they're not gonna be like, oh my God, you got paint on your toes. They're dead ass never gonna see your feet. You will always have shoes on. So if you're wondering, I mean, you're not gonna be able to fix them while you're there. You're not gonna be able to take polish with you. So do what you will with that. But like, there were girls who were like, dang, I forgot that I need to take it off. No, you're fine. So let me get to MEPS. Oh, let me tell y'all about this. They threw all my tweezers away. I had a lot of pairs of tweezers on me, which I didn't know. I had bought like this cute little like nail kit, and it had tweezers in it and little scissors, and they were like, that's a weapon, throw them away before you go to MEPS. So I was like, all right, throw it away. And then they took my stuff through the conveyor belt, or like the scanner thing, and they found more tweezers, and I was like, I'm sorry, y'all. I had my bag packed for like a month and a half. I swear to God, I was ready to go. I had my bag packed, and he was like, okay, tweezer lady. And I was like, dang, those are my good tweezers. They threw all of them away. Whatever. And so basically what you're going to do that day at MEPS is a lot of waiting. I sat there for a long time. You can't have your phone on you. None of that. So we're just bored. You go to the liaison. They're going to confirm your orders, confirm your contract, make sure everything's right. What else did they do? Again, just lots of waiting. There's lots of people to get through. And I remember the liaison for the Air Force was late that day. Like, not just like 10 minutes late. Like, they were like mad late that day. So a lot of waiting. As far as like the medical stuff they're going to do, they're going to take your weight again. For women, they're going to pregnancy test you super fast. Don't be pregnant. Those suck. And they're going to ask you if you got any like more tattoos or piercings. And if you did, you'll have... Don't do that, because they're gonna be like, oh my God, you gotta update the paper. So it's not serious, but yeah. And then they had lunch. They did make us lunch, or they brought us lunch. It was like pre-made deli sandwiches, chips, cookies, water. Yeah, we did that. And I remember the chef. Oh, shout out to him. He was real cool. Anyway. Also, shout out to Soto. Me and her flew out of North Carolina. I'm from North Carolina. We flew out of North Carolina together and ended up being in the same dorm. Had no idea that was gonna happen. So yeah, that was cool, you know, having a familiar face the whole time. So while you're there, they're gonna give you some travel briefs, and you're gonna be in this classroom, and they're gonna give you papers, like a folder with all this stuff in it. It's gonna have your plane ticket. It's gonna have a meal card, or like a meal check. So it's $23 on it, and you can take it to the airport and use it on whatever you want. Any restaurant, $23. Of course, if you spend more, pay the difference, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and there was one guy there. So basically you only get that $23 once. Like, he was like re-enlisting. So like, this was like his second time going to BMT, I guess. He didn't get one. They only get that $23 out once, I guess. I thought that was interesting. They're like, he's already gotten one before, he doesn't get one again. I was like, dang, $23, a little stingy. Again, more waiting. At this point, we're waiting for the bus to arrive. Yeah. Then we got bus to the airport, and you know, you got your bag on you. Bro, my bag was so freaking heavy. Like, I packed so much stuff. Maybe I'll do a packing video, or I'll do a video on, because I have like the notes in my phone as to what I packed. So maybe I'll share with y'all what I packed and what I ended up not using, or what I wish I would have brought. Like, I'll give y'all the rundown for that too. Lots of waiting. Checked into TSA. Flew with Southwest Airlines. Telling y'all, that bag beat my ass the entire way. Like, by the time I got up to the dorms, I had so many bruises on my leg. Like, it was hard. We had our connecting flight in Charlotte. Oh, so on the plane, on that second plane from Charlotte to San Antonio, I sat in between these two dads, and they were so cool. They were talking to me. I thought it was nice. Excuse me. They just started talking to me, asking me like what I was doing, where I was going. And then they both ended up telling me that like both of their sons, I think one guy, his son was in the Marines, and the other guy, he was his son was wanting to join the army or something. I don't really know, but they were just talking to me, and I was like, oh, you know, good luck, you're gonna have fun. I remember I got mosed because I was running out of time to get something, so I was like, I'm gonna just go there and eat. I could not eat that. Like, I was honestly getting nervous. Like, I was kind of getting anxious. Like, I was like, dang, this is like really about to happen. Like, I'm really about to do this. I think it was really hitting me because like my process, if I ever do a video on like my whole process was like a year long. Like I was saying, my process was so long, so it was actually kind of like crazy to like be on the plane like, yo, like I'm on the way, I'm actually going, I'm about to do this. It was kind of surreal, and just kind of a bittersweet moment because you anticipated it for so long. So basically when you get there, okay, you're gonna get off the plane, then you're gonna walk with all the people that you flew out with. You're gonna walk until, actually, I don't know, somebody told them where to go. There's gonna be a leader designated at MEPS, and they're gonna have all the information, and you follow them. Basically, we walked until we found somebody in a uniform. And they had a table out there, and basically you sign the roster and you grab a face mask, and there's a white face mask, and that joint was big, too big for my face. Then they had us all form up basically in like flight formation. So actually, I don't know. I think they just like, yo, go stand on a piece of tape or go stand in a square. There might have been something before. I don't even remember, but we all, you know, got squared off. He said, turn your phones off, put them in your pocket. I was like, oh my God, it's getting real. I turned my phone off and put it in my pocket. Dang, and my phone was dying on me. I remember I had portable chargers on me. And they died on me. They both died. So I went to basic training with my phone dead, basically. So yeah, you get on the bus. They said don't get on your phones, but I was like, I don't see no cameras. I don't see no MTIs. And I'm about to not have my phone for 7.5 weeks. So I got on my phone. I was FaceTiming my friends on a group chat. Like one last little, oh my God, I'm gonna see y'all soon. I'm gonna be okay. Like, I'm gonna miss you so much. Like, just talking to them. And then once we got on base, I said, I got to go. Turn my phone off, put it away. And I'm just looking at the base, and I'm like, this looks pretty boring. There's nothing at Lackland. There's nothing. So yeah, so now we get parked out front of the PRC, and we're just sitting there. We're waiting we see these people in OCPs start walking outside, and we're like, oh my God, those are the MTIs. They're about to start yelling at us to get off this bus. No, they did not yell at us. They got on, and they were like, everybody's like dead quiet, because we just you don't know. He gets on the bus, and he was like, all right, so that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get your stuff. You're gonna walk inside. And then he said something. He was like, integrity first. If you've ever played an instrument, don't walk inside, line up right here. Da, 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 da. He's like, and I need y'all to move fast. Didn't yell. And I was like, okay. So I was like, okay. He's like, if you've played an instrument at any point in time, no matter the duration, no matter what it was, come outside. So everybody's walking inside, except if you played an instrument, you stand to the side. And I used to play piano growing up for like a little bit, but I was like, he said any duration of time, so I was like, I'm integrity first, I guess. I was like, I'm about to go. So basically what that, if you've ever played an instrument, they're gonna line you up, they're gonna ask you what you played and how long you played it. if he cares about how long you played it. Like, I said piano. Everybody said piano. He just walked past. Because basically what they're doing is they're trying to recruit you for the band, the graduation band. So, and it's a whole flight. It's a band flight. So, yeah, that was crazy. You get voluntold. So basically, just know, if you play an instrument and you're honest and you play something like the trumpet or you play something like the drums or whatever they're playing, probably gonna get picked for the band flight, and you guys will have practice weekly. So just saying. That's that. Obviously he didn't want me, and I was like, I'm telling y'all, you don't want me. Yeah, so then once they're like, all right, y'all are good, go inside. And I honestly don't remember if we grabbed a backpack first. I think they make you grab a backpack, then you go to your seat. Yeah, that was probably it. I remember we were all at the top. And they're gonna space y'all out. And yo, you're gonna be sitting with this group of people and have no idea that's about to be the people in your dorm. Like, I'm sitting with all these girls, had no idea, like, these are finna be my roommates. All 40 some girls. It's gonna be that many. There's like 52 beds in a room. In the female room, there was like 52 beds, and there was like 43 girls, something like that. I don't know. Had no idea. And if you're in the band flight, you're gonna be in a separate section. And yeah, that's about to be your flight. You better be in the band. So yeah, they're gonna give you a backpack brief, and this basically this girl. And she's like, you're going to put your backpack in the front, you know, have it hanging in the front. You're going to go outside. There's going to be all these bands and all these people, and they're just going to start shoving stuff in your bag. It's going to be all your issued items. So towels, shower shoes, shampoo, conditioner. Well, they're going to give you 2-in-1. If you're a male, I think they give you 3-in-1. Like body wash, shampoo, conditioner, and if you're female, they give you 2-in-1. They give you a thing of body wash. They give you a loofah, toothbrush, container for that toothbrush. You're gonna get a thing of Tupperware. It's gonna have like foot powder in it, deodorant. I don't know. You just get a whole bunch of stuff. And this little girl, she was cute, but she'd be like, so you're gonna do this, all right? I feel like I still say that. Like, I don't mean to mock her, but it kind of just stuck me. All right, all right. Like, she just said all right so many times. It was just like, all right. But anyways, that was kind of funny. And then you're gonna get a totem. So I know y'all are probably like, oh, we're gonna have to eat MRE. There's a difference in an MRE and a totem. TOTM, and that's an abbreviation for something I don't know. And the totems are worse. You'll eat an actual MRE when you go to Beast. I'll explain that. I'll tell you what's in them. I'll tell you what's good. But the totems, yeah, they don't got as much going on. And the thing is that there's like a heating element, and so you like put it inside and it heats it up. But when you're indoors, you can't use that. So I had tortellini, and I'm eating cold tortellini, and it tastes like Chef Boyardee straight out the can. And I was like, this is crazy. So yeah, good luck, but that's all you get for the rest of the day. So I would suggest you eat it until breakfast in the morning. Up to you. And then I don't know why there were literally bathrooms. Latrines. You will have to say latrine the entire time and utilize. I need to utilize the latrine. They're gonna, if you say bathroom, they're gonna be like, there's no baths in there. If you say restroom, they'll be like, you don't rest in there. Latrine. So yeah, but they literally had latrines in the PRC, but no, they made us walk outside to the porta potties. So if you had to pee, or, you know, do your business, you had to go outside of the porta potties. And mind you, it's dark outside now. It's dark. I had to pee in the pitch black. I was like, bro, I think it was that moment. I was like, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? So yeah, that was crazy. So then you just, again, more waiting. One thing about the Air Force, one thing about the military as a whole, hurry up and wait. That's what you're gonna learn. They're gonna make you hurry up and wait. So, a lot of hurrying up and waiting. Do what you're gonna do fast, just to wait. You'll see. Then when our MTI got there, your MTI is gonna pick you up from the PRC, and then you'll be like, all right, all of y'all in this section of the PRC, this section, all y'all in this section, form up outside. I told y'all I had that big bag, right? You have to carry it in your left hand. You can't drape it across your shoulder. You can't hold it above your hands. Your left hand has to be in your left hand. He had us out there, formed up. Now we got squared up in the flight, 4 across, and everyone else falls behind. And then he had us pick it up and put it back down. Pick it up, put it back down. Pick it up, put it back down. I was like, oh, y'all are having too much fun with this. So we did that, and then he was like, okay, I'm gonna say stuff. And I think he taught us tench hut. He taught us how to stand at attention. I'm pretty sure that's when they did that. And then they taught us like to step off with our left foot, and he's gonna say at ease and like step it out, step it out. So he's like, when I say something, repeat after me. So he started yelling. He was like, 331st Training Squadron. We'd be like, 331st Training Squadron. Dorm 4 Alpha 1. Dorm 4 Alpha 1. Just whatever he said, we had to keep repeating it. And then he'd be like, what squadron? And we'd be like, Training Squadron. Like, you gotta figure it out. 331st Training Squadron. What dorm are we in? Dorm 4 Alpha 1. Like, huffing and puffing with your bags. We all struggling. And like I said, my dorm was 4 Alpha 1. That means 4th floor. My dorm was on the 4th floor. If you're a female, safe to say it's gonna be on the 4th floor. Even my room here in tech school, 4th floor. Yeah. So yeah, 4th floor. It was just crazy. So yeah, I was like, oh my god. My arm hurt. My legs hurt. I had bruises everywhere. Whatever. So then you're gonna file in. Once you get inside the room, he's like, go find a bed, dump your stuff, don't dump your stuff, but he was like, go put your stuff down, find a bed. You just run it, and he like that, like fill in the back first, come to the front. And so there's 2 bays. So what the dorms look like, you walk in, it's a hallway. Well, once you walk in the actual dorm, so of course there's a hallway and there's a door in the hallway. That's your dorm. There's like a little hallway, you go around the corner, and then you're gonna see 2 bays. There's gonna be like 2 openings. And it's really one big room divided by like a wall that doesn't even fully go up to the top. And there's lockers on both sides of those, and then lockers here. So it's like, this is like the wall. Then you got like stuff over here, beds over here, and then over here, and beds over here. Hope that's making sense. Yeah. So I had bed 11, and I thought that was so cool because your locker and your bed is gonna say the same number. So I was like, oh, 1-1, yay. I was like, I'll take anything to get me through this right now. So yeah, I had bed 11. I thought that was cool. And so he was like, empty your backpacks. So we had to dump our backpacks. Everything that we were just issued, we had to dump that on the bed. And he's like, I want all the trash thrown away. He's like, if there's a tag, rip it off. If there's plastic, take it off. If there's this, throw all the trash away. We had to put you're gonna get a flashlight also. We had to put our flashlights together. You're gonna get a key and a lock for your security drawer. Oh my God, I just unlocked the memory. I remember when I was doing all that, I accidentally threw my key away, and I was so stressed because you're gonna get given 2 keys. And I was like, oh my God. And like so there's like trash bags in the beds that they had set up so we could just easily throw our trash away. And I remember I was like, bro, I swear my key is in here. Like, I was like, oh my God, I can't be like, sir, I lost my key. Like, I just got here, I can't be messing up already. So I was like, I'm telling you it's in this bag. So I just started lifting it up, started going through it, digging all through the trash. And I was like, bro, I have to find this key. Found my key. It was at the very bottom. I knew what I was talking about. I was like, bro, I knew it was in there. Then you're gonna go to the day room. There's a day room within every dorm. We signed rosters, signed a lot of papers, and basically a lot of it was just confirming we got something to eat, confirming we got all of our issued items, confirming our accountability we're here. Whatever they were, you're signing papers. It's not that serious. Just sign next to your name. Oh, and then day 0, they're like, oh, tomorrow we need chow runners. He looked at the roster. He said, Sailor and Phillips. I said, oh my God. Shout out to Sailor. Me and her were chow runners since day 1. That job was crazy. I've actually blocked out a lot of memories from that. Fastest way to get yelled at, I'll tell you right there. Fastest way to get yelled at. You do one thing wrong, what are you doing? I was like, oh my, I don't know. Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, I knew what a chow runner was before I went. Well, I didn't really know all what it entailed, but all I know is that you did not want to be a chow runner. So he said Phillips, and I was like, bro. It's not like one of those things where they're like, who's looking away? I'm gonna pick you. No, he looked at the paper and he was like, thing 1 and thing 2, boom. And I was like, bruh. I was like, oh my God. They're gonna give you a paper. It's gonna have a script on it. It's gonna have all of the directions that you need. And they're only gonna tell you once. I mean, you can, and like that first couple days, they'll let you take the paper up with you so you don't mess up. But you better get with it real quick, because you're doing it 3 times a day, and they after a couple days they're gonna expect you to not have that paper anymore. Trial running was crazy. Let me tell y'all about trial running. So basically what a trial runner does, you're going to, so when it's time to go with your flight or your dorm, but I'll say flight just to keep it simple. When you go with your flight to eat, we're all in formation. He's gonna size us up. That means we do our facing movements, and if you're taller than the person in front of you, tap them and move forward. Basically, it gets the flight tallest to shortest. And then he's gonna say dismiss. He's gonna say chow runners go, and then the whole flight goes chow runners go. I mean, don't put your hands up. Chow runners go. So the 2 people, they get up next to each other and they start marching to the door. You go inside, then you have to walk behind the wall. Y'all see it when you get there. You go behind the wall. You make sure you look good. Okay, no strings. Don't have your hair looking crazy. Don't have your cuff messed up. Don't have something untucked. Like, make sure you look good. Check your wingman, because if you go around and they see things like, what is that? Why you come out here looking crazy? And be like, oh my God. So yeah, make sure you're good. Practice what you're gonna say before you go up there. Like, it's okay. You're like, okay. Basically what you're doing, there's 2 reports. That's why there's 2 people. Also, you need your wingman wherever you go. I'll get into that in a little bit. But it's gonna be 2 reports. The first report, you walk up and you march in. Of course, like the first day, you don't know how to march. You don't know what any of that means, but you figure it out. So you go up there, do your facing movements. Do not make eye contact with them until you are dressed. They're gonna be like, what are you looking at? There's gonna be a big wolf. So we, again, wolf pack, there was a wolf on the wall. 331st Marine Squadron, wolf pack sign, logo. And look at that until they say report. Don't look at them until they say report. Then you're gonna make eye contact with them. And you're gonna say your reporting statement, which to add, you have to say your reporting statement for everything. It does not matter. Unless you're saying, yes, sir, you don't need to be like, sir, Trainee Phillips supports this order. Yes, sir. No, just say yes, sir. Or yes, sergeant. But you're gonna look at them, you're gonna say, Sergeant, Trainee Phillips supports this order. Sergeant, Flight 434 is prepared to enter the dining facility from the east side, or whatever side you can come in. You can come from the east, south, north, whatever. It just depends on where you're at, what squadron. And they're gonna say, seat them. You have to say, seat them. Yes, Sergeant. Thank you, Sergeant. Then you break eye contact. Then you do all your facing movements and leave. You do anything more, anything less, what are you doing? Why would you say this and not that? Why would you do it again? Like, you're gonna yell at. They're gonna critique you, but then one day you're just gonna do it and they'll be like, okay, that was good. I'll be like, you saw it. They're not gonna say it like that. But anyways, yeah, that journey was stressful. And so yeah, you tell them that your flight is prepared to enter. Then you go out and you actually prepare the flight. So then you're like, you gotta yell from across the way. Flight 434, prepare to enter the dining facility from the east side. They're gonna repeat something back. You tell them to stand at attention. And then to fall out, fall in, followed by whatever element. And then you go back. So now that they're starting to enter in, you go back and you're doing that second report. Go back behind the wall, make sure you're good. Then now the second person's gonna go do it. And then you gotta tell them, same thing, report, wait, you're gonna say the first trainee from Flight 434 has entered the dining facility from the east side. I'm gonna say seat them. Then you gotta seat them, right? Now you gotta stand, facing whichever direction. Don't break your bearing, and you're gonna tell them to seat front to back. They have very specific seating instructions. Oh my God, don't mess it up. I'm just telling you, that first week specifically, but for the next couple weeks, chow, for some people, is probably one of the most stressful things. Like, you just trying to go there to eat and get out, and it's just yelling. You're getting yelled at, people are getting yelled at. It's a whole bunch. Do not talk. Do not talk at chow. Do not talk. They're gonna be like, you're there to get your fuel and hydrate and leave. Shut your mouth and eat. You have 10 minutes to eat. From the minute you sit down, you have 10 minutes to eat. It's crazy. Good times. I kind of got off topic. We're still on day 0. So yeah. sign papers, blah, blah, blah. That's when I was made a trial runner. Then, before the night's over, you're going to shower. Let me tell you about showers. So, I went into BMT already knowing you have to shower with 50 girls. Not that serious, like, whatever. Some girls are like, you know, they're nervous or, you know, just don't know what to expect. I mean, it's a pretty anxious environment, stressful environment anyways. But I just really want to reassure y'all that when I say nobody cares, nobody cares. Especially that very first night. We just got there, we stretched, in and out, in and out. When I say you just looking at shower heads, you're like, oh my God. In and out, nobody's looking at you, nobody cares. We're all trying to make sure we got ourselves straight on time because you have to make those timelines. Oh, and I'm gonna just say this to get this out the way because it happens. You were given shower shoes for a reason. What kind of shoes? Shower shoes. Those shoes get worn in the shower. Please don't be the person who goes in the shower barefoot. That's gross. That's all I'm saying. Wear your shower shoes, please. Yeah, for week 0, we went to bed at like 1, 2 a.m. So your day's gonna be very long. Very long. You're damn near up for 24 hours. Because woke up at 4 a.m. Didn't go to sleep till 2 a.m. the next day. That's day 0. It's gonna be a lot. So day 1, you're not gonna go to sleep that well. I woke up on my own at like 04:38. That's very specific, but that's what I wrote down. I wrote down so many notes as that day. So if you see something really specific, I wrote it down that specific. And I was like, oh yeah, I got an hour. You know, wake up at 5:45. Nope. That first day is early wake up. You will be awake at 5 o'clock in the morning. So here Reveille come 20 minutes later. That junk is loud. They literally play it through the intercom, loud as shit. So once you hear that Reveille, you're gonna hear gentlemen entering the dormitory. And you gotta repeat, gentlemen entering the dormitory. That means the flight door office has been opened. So there's gonna be a door in one of the halls in your dorm, and that leads to the MTI's office, the flight office. So once that door opens, you have to, if it's a male, we had male MTIs, once they come in and out that door, you have to say gentlemen entering the dormitory. And everyone else has to echo that. So yeah. And we're like, oh my God, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. So they come in, get up, get up, get up, man. What did we do? I didn't even write anything down. I don't know if they taught us how to make our beds that morning or not. Probably, because I know they wasn't going to have us with our beds not made. But when I say I can't remember, I don't remember. I don't know what we got up to do with it. Maybe we just went to chow, and maybe they taught us how to do it afterwards. I don't know. But anyways, did chow running with Sailor. I just told y'all everything about chow running. That's what we had to do that morning. The food. Like, I went in there, like, and I was not expecting, like, 5-star. And it's, like, lunch food. It's, like, school food. Little worse, maybe. It was bad. Like, I remember that whole first day, I was just so mad. Just about the food. I was like, oh, my God. I'm, like, not going to have anything to eat this entire time. You'll figure it out. I'm going to say that. You'll find what you like. You'll find how to tweak things. They got condiments and salt and pepper. And sometimes they have butter and they have cheese at the salad bar, so like you can put cheese and like other stuff, and like if you get pasta, add some cheese to it. Like, do what you gotta do to make it good. You're gonna get dinner rolls, make little sandwiches. I was making sandwiches. Like, you'll figure it out. I promise. But I remember that first day I got orange juice for breakfast, and I never had orange juice again. It was so diluted. It's like you put it up to the thing and it dispenses it. It was so bad. It was so bad. But they have orange juice, cranberry juice, grape juice, and then they've got 2 Gatorade flavors. They've got some like little juices. They've got milk, chocolate milk, water. And they do have like soy milk and stuff, but you have to go to like the cabinet or like the fridge right in front of the MTI. Yeah. But they got stuff. Kind of. I remember the pasta, like, we was eating that pasta. They would have tortellini, like real tortellini, not totem tortellini. One day they had brisket, baked mac and cheese. Like, yo, that junk was pretty straight for DFAC food. We was like, okay. Sundays were grilled cheese days. We greatly appreciated that. I look forward to those grilled cheese. How do you mess with grilled cheese? Don't be weird. French toast. French toast was pretty good. Some people were like, that's gross. I don't think so. But I put peanut butter and jelly on my French toast. Don't knock it until you try it. I'm telling you, it changed my life. It changed my life. I would also make breakfast bagel sandwiches. Like, I would get the eggs, bacon, cream cheese, and I put on a bagel. Some days they would actually have half avocados, and you can take an avocado. So I put the avocado on there. I'm telling you, you're gonna figure it out. Just trust me, figure it out. And then we marched to Reed. REID. Reed is the medical building. So day one, they had us out there. Like, you get your blood drawn. If you're a female, you have to take a urine STD test. And they were like, the reason why only the females do it is because, I guess with certain diseases and viruses, like, we're asymptomatic. So they did an STD test on us. We got shots, dental x-rays. And yeah, the shots. So let me tell y'all, I hate shots. I hate shots ever since a kid. My mama got way too many stories, but we're gonna leave it at that. I don't like shots. But I kind of went into BMT like, dang, this is it. Like, you just gotta take it. Cause like, what are you gonna do? Like, you just gotta take it. I promise you, coming from somebody who does not like shots, they do not hurt. They do not hurt. Like, you feel the pressure, but like, none of them hurt. So I was like, oh, like, that was really easy. Don't stress it. Don't tense up. Don't do anything that's gonna make it hurt. Like, just go in there like you have to do it. There's no point in stressing it. Like, you're gonna be good. I promise. I promise. Shots did not hurt. Oh, as far as masks, the only time you'll have to wear a mask is when you're in a medical facility or when you're on a bus. So no, you don't have to wear masks. I don't know. That was kind of a question before I went in. But you don't have to wear masks. I think they COVID test you too. I don't remember, but you're good with the mask. I remember there was this enlisted woman. She was talking to us, trying to say, you guys have any questions? Like, free to talk. So whenever people came up like that was always nice. Like, just being able to talk to somebody. Then we got back to the dorm and we had a drug test on the second floor. So our second floor was not being occupied by anybody. We only had dorms on the third and fourth floor. So it was 2 male dorms on the third floor and a male dorm on the fourth floor. And then all the females on the fourth floor for my stairwell. So yeah, we went to the second floor. There's gonna be somebody in there watching you pee. You're peeing into a cup. They're gonna literally follow you. They're gonna follow you from when you wash your hands. They're gonna follow you from when you take your cup to the other room. And they're going to have it there. They're gonna watch the other people seal it up. They're gonna watch you sign it, and they're gonna sign it, basically. So they're saying like nothing has happened to this sample, so it's good, it's testable. With that being said, yes, you were getting drug tested within that first couple days you get there. Don't be the person to fail a drug test, okay? If you know when you're about to leave for basic training, just be smart. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't fail that test. Do not get sent home the day after you get there. That would suck. Also, I wrote down protein bars. Oh, protein bars, Special K protein bars. Let me tell y'all, those were the highlights of my day. So after dinner, well, when you go into the dinner hall, you're gonna pass this little table every day. You're gonna pass this table. It's gonna be like a worker. And shout out to the one lady who was super nice every day. She's like, hey guys, have a great day. Da, da, da. Made our day every day. But at dinner, you're gonna have a protein bar. It's gonna be a Special K protein bar. It's either gonna be brownie batter or it's gonna be chocolate peanut butter. When I tell y'all, I would look forward to those protein bars. Those really got me through my day. So then you're gonna take it back to the dorm. You're gonna put your name on it or your laundry mark. I'll tell you what that is. And then you're gonna put in the day room, and about 1900, they're gonna be like, okay, for our evening brief, you're gonna go for your evening brief and they'll let you eat it. Those are really just kind of still today, because like you go through all this stuff and then you get a little bit of chocolate at night. It was pretty nice. Also, like I said about the laundry mark, you're gonna put your laundry mark on everything. And basically what your laundry mark is, if your last name is Adams and the last 4 of your social security is 1234, your laundry mark is A1234. And you're gonna put that on everything. All your clothes, there's a specific spot for everything. You're gonna put them on all your clothes, your towels, your shoes, anything that you want to mark. People mark like their, body wash and stuff. Just whatever you want to mark. And then of course whatever you have to mark will be there. And there's a whole guide, a whole green binder in your locker. It's gonna tell you where to mark everything in very specific places. It's an RLA check just to make sure you can follow rules. So yeah, you're gonna put your laundry mark on that protein bar. And do that. People will steal your protein bars. That's dang, you didn't bring one up. Why would you take one? Don't be weird, trainee. It sucks. Also, that day, this is still day 1. That's so crazy. So yeah, that day, I had an EC shift. Well, that night. So EC is entry controller duty. That means that there's a schedule that's gonna get made, and it's for every hour of the day. 2-hour shifts. You and one other person is going to control the entry of the dorm. So you have to be in full uniforms. So even when you finally get your OCPs, you have to wear your cap, the whole 9 yards. When you finally get to use your weapons, you have to bring your weapon up with you, all of that. And basically I'm going to be something on the wall. It's going to have a script. It's going to have a list of everybody that's authorized to enter. Excuse me. You're gonna have a binder, and it's gonna have all these questions, study questions. You gotta know everything about EC duty. You will be tested, quizzed. You'll be quizzed, But yeah, all hours of the night. So my first shift was from 1 to 3 a.m. I was already running off of 3 to 4 hours sleep the night before. And then I'm last minute with everything. So that weekend before even getting to BMT, I was already running off 3 or 4 hours off of sleep. Running off of 3 to 4 hours off of sleep. So I was just screw sleep at this point. So yeah, I did that. And EC really wasn't that bad as the nights go on. And as you get better with it, depends on the shift. But EC wasn't bad in the sense that when you're with that one other person, it really gives you a chance to get to know them. If you haven't had the chance to get to know them, ask them questions. Now the times of where you from, what's your AFSC, AFSC is the job. I don't know if y'all figured that out. But yeah. How old are you? Got any kids? Are you married? What's life like? You just get to know people. And it's nice. Sorry, y'all. Don't know what's going on. But yeah, everything's very specific, very detail-oriented. And that's kind of the point. They want you to really be precise. And everything's got a bigger reason. Trust the process. What else? Latrine duty. You clean the latrine. Showers, drains, toilets. Day room, you clean the day room. None of the furniture can be touching the walls. Everything's so specific. Hallway crew, you clean the hallways, clean the flight office, sweep. Super easy. Clean the mirrors. You will have full body mirrors in the hallway of your dorm. 2 of them, pretty nice. And there's 2 in the latrine. And then of course all the individual mirrors. So plenty of mirrors. Utility and laundry crew, probably one of the hardest ones, along with latrine. Latrine is hard as far as passing inspections. You will have inspections on all these details because the latrine gets used the most. So you over here just clean up all the sinks and stuff, and then somebody comes and does their hair and messes it up. It's frustrating. So work together, work as a team. It's the only way you're gonna pass. One person fails, you'll all fail. You know what I mean? You're only as strong as your weakest link. That's really what you will learn the most in basic is teamwork. There's no more individualism. You cannot go into BMT thinking you're gonna fly solo and get out. You will not succeed that way. You have to work together. So yeah, anyways, you clean those twice a day. That's all I'm gonna say. And then dust downs, you do dust downs twice a day also. So utility crew is gonna set up or prepare some wet rags for you. They're gonna walk around, set them on all y'all beds, and then you're gonna hear dorm 4 off of 1, or whatever dorm you're in. Dorm 4 off of 1, clean this house, and you gotta go clean this house. And they're gonna give the instructions. The one person's gonna give the instructions and tell you exactly how to dust down, what to dust down, and go sweepers go. It's the whole thing. It's gonna be cool. Not really. You're literally gonna be on your hands and knees cleaning, like sweeping the dust out. Your knees are gonna feel all of that. So you're gonna do drill most days. In the beginning, you're just gonna be doing drill. And that's normally like 9 o'clock in the morning. It's about for like an hour or two outside. Then you probably go to class, depends on the day. But as far as 0 week, drill. And then teaching you all the stationary movements, everything. Drill, I actually kind of sucked at drill for a long time. But once you know how to do something, it's pretty fun. Like, because it's like, oh yeah, I can do it. I'm clean with it. Like, but if you're struggling, which a lot of people do, most people do, you're gonna struggle. Like, some people get it, some people don't. Some people just need some fine tuning and practice. Me, I needed practice, but I got it. And then should have seen me on graduation. Yeah, girl was looking clean. Yeah. Anyways, so that was that. And then on day 2, we had a civilian luggage check. So basically they're gonna make you dump all of the stuff out in your civilian luggage onto your bed. They're gonna go through it. They're gonna let you know what you can keep, like in your security drawer. So basically it's gonna be a locker. You're gonna have your wall locker. It's gonna have a skinny side, excuse me. It's gonna have a skinny side to it, straight up and down, and it's gonna have a fat side. So 2 doors. And on the fat side, and then 2 drawers underneath that fat side locker. And when you open up the locker, there's gonna be a little lock to that top drawer. And that's where you can put your lock and your key at. Well, not your key, but your lock. And yeah, that's your security drawer. You keep all your valuables in there, all your hygiene products, everything. And that has to stay locked. So they're gonna let you know what you can keep in your security drawer. They're gonna know what needs to stay in your civilian luggage. Let you know what you need to throw away. All of that. So let me tell you, I got a story. So there was a specific MTI that did mine. And he wasn't even my MCI. They had extra MCIs coming in from other stairwells to help just to get the process going a little smoother because, you know, we got a lot of luggage to check. And this was one of the MCIs that just yells to hear himself yell. Like, I was like, bro, there's no need for this. Before he even came, so they're, also in that security drawer, you're going to have a tray that goes on the top and you can push it back and forth. In that tray, they want you to have specific things in there. So basically all your credit cards, all your money, things like that. So when we're emptying out my wallet, I asked my MTI, I was like, Sergeant, train field support has ordered, where do you want me to keep my insurance card? He said, put it in your security tray. Sergeant. So I put it in my security tray. And then the sergeant that comes around to do my check, they were like, only have what you can use to buy something with in that tray. But I had just asked my MCI where to put that card. And so he comes around to me, he's like, what's this? I was like, that's my insurance card. You know, of course I'm using my reporting statements, but I'm gonna phase it up, or I'm gonna paraphrase. I was like, it's my insurance card. Then he goes, didn't I just say to only put what you can buy in here? Can I buy something with this? And in my head, I mean, like, technically, like, it's gonna take a lot of money off bills, but no, Sergeant. So why is it in here? And I was like, I just confirmed with my MTI prior to this, and he told me to put it in there. Oh, so now you're blaming it on him? No, Sergeant. You just did. Yes, Sergeant. Like, at this point, I was annoyed. I wasn't even, like, scared. Like, he was just annoying to me. I was like, you're just trying to be as loud as you can possibly be in my freaking face. Like, you just got to take it. You literally just got to take it. That's what sucks. You have to take it because it's just like, whatever. I put it away in a different spot. Like, honestly, we laugh about it now, but it's just like, no, that's junk will always be unnecessary to me. And he also got on my case, like, I think the day before or that day. I don't really know, but it was before that. I knew who he was because when I was doing the chow running and I had to, like, yell to my flight, like, flight 434, we're heading, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you. So you already have to stand a little ways from your flight. He was all the way behind my flight, all the way in the back. Hadn't even come up to our flight yet while I'm yelling at. He comes all the way around. He's walking up to me. He's about to go in the dining facility when the door's right behind me. And he's like, you need to speak up when you say that. I can't even hear you. I say, yes, sir. He said, I said you need to freaking speak up. Yes, Sergeant. I was like, bro, you're just yelling at me to yell. Like, you're just yelling at me to yell. Whatever. So I was already kind of annoyed with him, like, prior to that. So then I was just like, you just gotta take it. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't talk back. Don't do anything else. Just, it'll be over soon. All right. So that was that. That was the security or the civilian luggage check. Then we got a 5-minute call to edit the visitors list, which I actually forgot to mention. The day you get there, you do get, how could I forget that? The day you get there, you do get to make a phone call to your family. It's literally, they're gonna give you a piece of paper this big. It's a script. You have to say it on that script. You're basically saying, hey, I made it here safe. I think they give you their your mailing address. And yeah, that was that. Called my mom. Lasted all of 30 seconds. So you do get that. As far as your visitors list, you have to have visitors list for all the people coming to graduation. Your recruiter will actually do that with you well in advance. So whatever. And so, oh yeah, another thing. So before I was going, I thought I was only going to be able to have 2 people. Yeah, and then while I was still in the process of joining, they changed it to 4. So I was like, oh, bet. Who was I gonna have? Actually, no, I think, I don't remember. It went for 4, and then they changed it and it went up to 6. So I think now you are able to have 6 people come to graduation. And so I was able to add somebody else. So yeah, that's what it was. So I made a phone call to like get some people's information and add them to the list. Because they're gonna have to have, actually, I don't need to tell you all that. I'm telling you, recruiter's gonna tell you. I literally wrote down hella bruises. Like, I'm telling y'all, and my bruises, like, they heal so ugly. My legs was all messed up. Okay, so this is the day we got issued our PT gear. It's gonna be, you're gonna get like 4 pairs. So 4 shirts, 4 shorts, PT jacket, PT pants, like a long pants. Yeah. You only wear the jackets if it like rained outside that morning. I went in the summer, so we never wore the pants. Oh my God, I didn't even tell y'all. Everything's gotta be tucked in. So whenever you're wearing the PT clothes, that shirt's gotta be tucked in them shorts. Whenever you pull up in civilian luggage, or excuse me, in civilian clothes, I came with jeans and a t-shirt from Target on. I had to tuck that shirt in. It doesn't matter what you're doing. That tuck your freaking shirt in, trainee. You have to tuck your shirt in. You gotta keep it tucked in. You look weird, but we're all looking weird together. We're all in this together. Oh yeah, and when you get there, you will be, unless you brought extra clothes, you will be sleeping in your civilian clothes. Because I thought I could go there and sleep in my spandex. Oh, I was wrong. You cannot sleep in spandex. But you do end up sleeping in your PT gear. So what they'll have you do is, after your showers, you'll change into a fresh pair of PT gear, and you'll be in that until you go to sleep. You'll go sleep in your PT gear, wake up in your PT gear, go to PT in that PT gear, and then when you shower, then you'll change into a new pair, or your OCPs later throughout the weeks. I'll get into that later. So yeah, did that. And I just wrote folding just to learn hourly that day. I don't really know. Day 3. I'm almost done, y'all. I'm sorry. It's so long. Day 3, we had a PT brief. Basically, so you're not going to be doing PT that first week. That's why they draw your blood, because they have to make sure you are fit to do strenuous exercises. Like, a lot of people, like if you did the blood work and you came back to have the sickle cell trait, you have to get red dog tags. There's some other blood things that that make you get red dog tags. Basically, they just want to monitor you, they want to monitor you just to ensure like you do PT fine and you're not like a medical liability. That's that. You're gonna watch videos on all the exercises that we're gonna do, and they're so specific. Like, they're so specific. You have to do everything with the cadence. You have to sound off. They're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. Like, you have to sound off, and you don't get yelled at for not sounding off. So sound off training. Oh, also, let me show you. So you're gonna be given these lanyards, ID pouches. And you're also going to be given, that's one of your issued items, you're also going to be given a key and a chain. And that key and chain never leaves your neck. And this never does either. Of course, when you're showering, but you know. It's going to have your CAT card in it. Once you get it, it's going to have your... So before you get your CAT card, your mandatory items to keep in that ID pouch is going to be your social and your license, or your ID, your state ID. And then you're also going to be given memory work. Memory work is going to be things you're required. It's going to be things that you are required to learn. So ranks, chain of command for your squadron. Actually, it goes all the way up to the president, so I'll say that. But chain of command, squadron, or excuse me, ranks. It's going to have the Airman's Creed on there, the Air Force song, warnings, signals, the hydration schedule, wingman policy, all of this stuff. And you can actually already access the memory work. And I think the DEP app has it also. So you can go in there and already have some of this stuff in your head. So when you get there, it's not like brand new. That'll help a lot. Because you will be required to study that all the time. Whenever there's free time, study it. Because about week 2, they're going to take it away from you and expect you to know it. So, in that day, day 3, so this is still Friday. This is Friday the 29th. We're still in this first freaking week. This, I'm telling you, it's going to go by so fast and so slow at the same time. Time is not real in basic training. You're going to do a mental health assessment in a class. Don't give any new news. Give your Air Force answers. Obviously, say you had like a waiver because you have like a drug charge before joining the Air Force. If they know about it, be honest. Don't say you got a drug charge and they know about it, but then you're telling them you've never done drugs before. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Air Force answers. No new news. If you didn't tell your recruiter, don't tell them. That's all I'm going to say. Do what you will with that. Again, just a mental health thing. It's some people, it will either qualify you or disqualify you for your job in the Air Force, depending on what it is. And I just want to make sure you're mentally stable. Then we did drill, and then we met our chain of command that day. So we all went to the PRC and sat in the stadiums, and we met our chain of command. We met the director of operations, senior enlisted leader, our chaplain, squadron commanders. And so all of those names of those people are going to be on that memory work. So now it's like you're getting to match a name with a face, and it kind of helps because you will see those people throughout the whole time, and if they're officers or what have you, you gotta know who they are, and you'll be good. Because you will see them. They'll talk to you frequently. Like, they want to get to know y'all and want you to know who they are. Also, day 3, this is the day I was made an element leader. I was an element leader in basic training since day 3. I think just because he saw me as a child runner. You can get fired from these positions too, also fired and replaced. Like, I know the dorm chief for our flight was not the dorm chief at the end. There were a couple element leaders that didn't make it to the end, like just dumb stuff, but they want, I don't know, you to march at the front of the flight, and you have to have a certain responsibility being a student leader. So yeah, actually that made me not have to be a child runner for the flight because I was an element leader. You got to lead the element inside. He switched over the roles and gave them to 2 gentlemen in our flight. I was still a child runner for the dorm. So like if we were to be unintegrated and with our dorms, I would still be a child runner because I was at the time one of the only females that knew what they were doing. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, as a student leader, you have a higher responsibility. They look at you different. You're going to, once you get your OCPs, you will get a patch that goes on your OCPs. It says element leader. They will have student leader meetings with like the senior enlisted leader of your squadron and all that, and just different chain of commands. You will go to those. Pretty cool. Our senior enlisted leader was pretty dope. I liked her a lot. Yeah, like I said, if you're an element leader, one of your details was to like keep end of bed displays good. And as the weeks went on, element leaders were also responsible for going over everybody's details and checking them to make sure they were prepared for inspection. That's all I wrote down for day 3. Last one, y'all. Last day for the week. Day 4, Saturday. So the weekends, normally, you will not have an MTI on the weekends. On Sundays. You will not have MTIs on Sundays. But since it's the first week that we're there, your MTI will be with you that first weekend. I'll explain Sunday in the next video. But for Saturday, on a typical Saturday, and further weeks to come, your MTI is probably going to leave like after lunch. So you kind of have like a day and a half no MTIs. But that's not the case the first day you get there. So you still have PT on Saturdays. Oh yeah, so I specifically wrote on this day that I asked everybody in the dorm their zodiac signs. So break the ice with your dorm, like get to know those girls. It helps lighten the mood. Everybody's so stressed. Everybody misses home. Everybody's trying to shove all this information in at once. Get to know them, lighten the mood. Like I would go around often and be like, hey, everybody say one thing they're grateful for, or what's one goal for tomorrow, or what's one positive that happened today. It just got everybody thinking. It lightened the mood. Like we are still human, and it just got us to sometimes get our mind off of what's going on. So today I was like, what's everybody's zodiac sign? And if y'all know me, I study this and I take it seriously. But just for fun, like I was like, what's everybody's zodiac sign? We had a lot of Pisces. We had a lot of Geminis. We had a lot of Libras. We had a couple Aries, a couple Sagittarius, 2 Scorpios, a Cancer, a Capricorn, an Aquarius, a Taurus. Yeah. Oh, a lot of Leos. There were a lot of Leos too. It was an interesting little group. So I was asking everybody their stuff, and some people know about it, some people don't. I think by that Saturday, I wrote down, I said the first time I really left. Like, I'm telling y'all, there was nothing funny for about 3 days. For about 3 or 4 days, there was nothing funny. Everybody's in game mode. Everybody's go, go, go. Everybody's trying to da-da-da. So once you kind of start getting the hang of it, or like now you're like familiar with it, like it's okay to loosen up. Loosen up. Take that time. Talk with your people. Laugh with them. Make jokes. These are going to be people you're with for the next 2 months, the next 7.5 weeks. Like, get comfortable with them. Make friends. Work together. Like, it's just important to lighten the mood. Oh, I wrote, we was all downstairs under the atrium, and there was somebody, and all of our flights will be lined up next to each other. You're going to be standing up. I'm going to say, go to your flight dots. It's going to be one flight. And the MTIs were on the other side. And somebody sneezed, like, really loud, and it echoed really bad. And one of the MTIs, what was that? And you got to keep your military bearing. Don't start laughing. Don't start giggling. You're going to get yelled at. But I was trying so hard not to laugh because I'm like, dang, we can't sneeze around here or nothing. And then they were like, it was a sneeze, Sergeant. And then he came back. He's like, okay, I apologize. He's like, I thought somebody was trying to be funny and like scare somebody. So he apologized. That MTI, super cool. Love him. We had more briefings in class, just a lot. You're going to go through so many briefings. They're going to make sure you know the rules. They're going to make sure you know what's expected of you. Whole bunch of stuff. Tools. So if I ever say tools, that means we got put on our face. That means we got in trouble as a flight, and you're put on your face to do tools. That means you gotta do push-ups. First exercise is the push-ups, and we gotta go push-ups, and we were like, down, 1 sergeant, down, 2 sergeant, down, 3 sergeant. You'd be like, you're already on your freaking knees. They're like, you're never gonna succeed. Yeah, there's gonna be some days where I wrote down we did tools like 3 times a day. Like, our flight had a lot of work to do. Bed drills. I hated bed drills. So you have to make your bed a specific way. You have to have hospital corners. Everything's gotta be tucked in all nice, neat, and wrinkle free. And so doing bed drills, he'd make us strip our beds completely and make them again. 2 to a bed, and he wanted it done in a specific time frame. Both the beds, you and your wingman's bed, in a specific time frame. When I say you're sweating, like you're sweating, you're moving. It's a lot of this, tuck this in, hurry up, we got 30 seconds. Like, if one bed was not done, if one group failed or like didn't meet that timeline, I'll have to start over and do them again and try to get them done. So each time you do it, you're gonna be a little faster, you're gonna be a little better. After doing it so many times throughout the weeks, like, you're gonna be good. I promise you'll get it. We all have to go through it. You're gonna be just fine. What else? Dang, I said tools again. So yeah, we did tools again. We got in trouble again. And one of the other ones we do flutter kicks. So you lay on your back, hands by your side, and your legs are going like this. Yeah, that was cool and all until you get these boots. And then you're doing the flutter kicks with the boots, and they're like 4 pounds on each foot. But yeah, dust downs, details, protein bars, tools again. Okay, so this was the day. This was the day we did tools 3 times. Like, I'm telling you, if you don't work together as a team, like, they're gonna, yeah, find out. You have to work together. One person fails, you all fail. I'm telling you. Find out. Lights out. Yeah. And then I just put importance of teamwork. Like, you seriously have to work together. Like, that's why we all get in trouble so much, because hold your people accountable, hold yourself accountable, and work hard. That actually concludes the end of 0 week. This video was so freaking long. Sorry. The other videos should not be this long. It's just that first week, so much. I really should have done day 0 and then week 0, but I put it all together. I hope this is as beneficial as it could be for y'all. I'm trying to give you as much details as you can, because to be honest, once you get there, you probably won't remember half the stuff I said, or half the stuff anybody said. So yeah, leave any comments, give a thumbs up. If you have any questions, let me know if you're about to leave. Let me think. Let me know your AFSC, if you found out your job yet. Let me know whatever. I'll try to have a new video up shortly, and it will be all about week 1, and I'll do week by week videos, because it's just so much information per week. So yes, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, you are greatly appreciated. I hope this could help as much as you can, and I hope my future videos help you also. So yeah, see you at the next video. Bye.